Hello and welcome to Prophetcast. Today is May 4th, and may the 4th be with you. Co-hosting with me tonight is the sapiosexual deviant, Candace Bell.
Really?
Yeah!
That's why you're going to introduce me tonight.
Damn right. I saw your thing on Twitter, like, asking your poll.
That was a poll. It was not...
Well, I know you're into polls, right. You like it when... Never mind. All right. Yeah. And we are the Thought Prophets. The Thought Prophets is a secular/atheist group dedicated to the promotion of open discussion, continuous learning, skepticism, and science. You can check out our website at www.thoughtprophets.com, which I'm pushing up tonight, by the way. My lovely wife just helped me get quite a bit of content, so push that up. Follow us on Twitter by searching for Prophetcast, or join one of our Facebook or Google Plus groups. Don't do Google Plus because Google's actually making Google Plus go away. We can talk about that later if you want. But you can simply search for Thought Prophets. Special guest tonight, he's known as the infamous Rockstar Don on Twitter, Fidel Minor.
How you guys doing?
Glad doing pretty good. Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. Pretty excited to have you on.
I am so excited. I've been following Fidel for months, and I love all of your tweets. You're on my favorite list, and I'm like, oh, there's another one that I'm gonna just start like crazy out of. I'm fairly certain you're one of the people that get the notifications that's like non-prophetess starred this tweet and 5 million others.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
thanks.
You don't get that, Steve.
No, I don't.
So you don't understand.
I've dreamed of that. Like, I have dreams, and then I go and check my Twitter account. I'm like, damn, still under 300. That fucking sucks. Damn. I'm not superstar like you guys are. I don't even have Rockstar in my name. To be honest, mine's just Steve Hayes. That's not thrilling about that at all.
Yeah, you should maybe stop.
Yeah, I'm just getting into it now. You know, it's going. I'm getting in debates with. I don't even know debates with others.
I think that we should talk to Fidel about Fidel.
Yeah, actually, the next thing on my list here, as much as was, well, I've got 4 things about me. Should I just skip those? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. So one of the things that we do, Fidel, on the show is anybody that's new is we actually the getting to know you section. So we kind of wanted to know like what if any labels do you subscribe to, and how'd you get there? Like what's your story, if you will.
Well, if labels are atheists, I suppose. Yeah, atheists. I'm in the Mormon. Currently, I'm going to school right now. I was a Christian from about 8 to 15 years old when I decided, like, hey, look, I'm not doing this anymore, Mom and Dad. Screw it, this is childish. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Which is a bad idea considering I'm from Texas. I got hosted like with the quickness, yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Like at first they were fine with it, and then they were just like, you know what, we got to tell somebody about this. Like you're wrong.
Right.
So they use scare tactics, the usual stuff. And my teenage years were kind of hard. Still haven't forgot about it really.
Right.
Deployed 3 times, which I really don't like talking about much. And
in what branch?
The Army, the United States Army.
Nice. Thank you for serving. That's
no
awesome.
Problem. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. Like,
cool.
Like I said, I'm not really an interesting guy, to be honest with you.
Well,
I
don't know. Yeah, right. I know. From what I've seen on Twitter and even just my wife told me because sometimes I can be a douche. So if I come off that way, I'm sorry. But I am actually really curious about this. So you said and it's actually even more interesting now that you're in Texas. So not only you in Texas, but you also I don't know if you know this or not, but you're a black man. Are you aware? Okay, yeah. So you're a black man, and I can imagine, at least most of the black people that I know they're very religious. Like,
yeah,
it's very ingrained in the culture. How does that, like, what's it like being a black atheist, if you will? Like, how's your family react? I don't mean that. I'm not trying to be racist or rude. I'm totally interested. Like, it's I know how I get treated, and I'm white and.
You are? I had no idea.
No, yeah, well, you probably can't tell. I kind of look like a mirror in this light, so just light shines off my white skin. But
Okay.
No, but I'm curious. Yeah. So like, what's what was it like coming out saying, hey, I'm done with this? Like, how did the people around you treat you?
Oh, like I had the Black Plague or something. I'm like, oh no, like you are fucking sick. You've got to be healed, buddy. Like this is wrong. Like we're gonna indoctrinate the shit out of you. Like any fucking means necessary. Like getting in fights or mentally abused. Like it didn't matter. Like as far as now, like it doesn't bother me very much anymore. Like it's just I'm like, well, holy shit, you're a black guy and you're atheist. And I'm like, and?
Right.
Still a human being,
Totally. Right, absolutely.
I just don't believe in a fairy tale. I'm sorry.
Right. No, you don't apologize to me. I
will mock the shit out of your fucking religion. Facts on my side.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you sound like you're Canadian. Are you sure? You apologize.
No, I'm not.
So I'm gonna ask questions before I continue to get yelled at more. I'm gonna yell at whatever. Yeah. So you're also you said you're in school right now.
Yes.
Are you single? You seen anyone? You got any kids?
Yeah, I have
He was so interested.
I have a daughter.
Nice. How old is she?
4 years old.
4. Cool. Okay,
Jeez.
that takes down a couple of these. I was kind of curious if you've like ran into the the whole school and atheism thing and any battles like there.
Oh no, not yet. But like my thing is like, leave her mind alone. You know what I mean? Like she's curious, and I want her to stay that fucking way. You know what I mean? Like, you use like threats of hell like against my daughter, like we got some fucking problems.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, leave her fucking mind alone. If she chooses to go religion, fine. I'm quite alright with that.
But I imagine that's towards parents and adults and things like that, right? Like, what about like kids? Like, not like, are you? I mean, do you talk about your atheism with her, or like your lack of belief, or about religions or anything? Like, are you pretty open with her about it, or?
Not really. Like, I read this story about Noah's Ark when she was 3, and she was not having it. Like, that's a bad story, Dad. You don't ever tell that again.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's.
So I was like, all right.
Deal. That's great. Wow.
That's pretty funny.
I'm pretty like I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and my 6-year-old is kind of in school now, so it's he mentioned one thing just the other day that like he asked us, my wife and I in the car, like is God the father of everybody? And we were just like, whoa, where the hell did you hear that from? Like who asked you that? And apparently it was a little girl in his class. He said that they were talking about something, and I'm going to say probably, I mean, it's probably not my fault, but it's probably my fault. I think he was drawing the atheist A, because somebody in this family really likes that symbol. I don't know who, but, and so he was drawing, and I think he started having the discussion with a girl in his class, and that's what his girl in his class said. And so, like, I'm just kind of, like, one of the things I'm curious about with other atheist parents is just, like, what are you going to do when that happens, like, or how do you go about talking with your kids about your lack of belief?
Yeah.
Especially where you are,
I hadn't even thought that far ahead yet, man. Like,
boom! Yes. Homework tonight.
Like, if she was to ever ask me, like, I'd be honest with her about religion, like it does exist, but like you're free to choose whatever the hell you want to believe in. Like, that's your path that you got to walk. That's not mine. I reached that conclusion, but it's your life, Like, I'm not gonna make it hell on you because you believe in God, I'm still gonna love you all the same.
No pun intended.
So I have a question then, because I know you said that, I mean, obviously you've been atheist for quite a while, but you do have quite a following on Twitter, and it seems like you're pretty active and vocal about things. Is there a particular, I guess, subsect that you're interested in? So, like, for me, faith healing. It just drives me insane, and that's the thing that I'm most passionate about when it comes to religion, or what fires me up the most. What's your area?
Like my area?
Like science, or faith healing, or the Catholic Church being kitty fuckers, like...
Yeah, that's a really good question. Like, I'd have to say, like, scientific literacy, if that makes any sense. Like, as long as you know what the fuck you're talking about, like when it comes to like evolution or global warming or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really passionate about that because one, it's fucking true, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Two, you shouldn't like try to poison the poor kid's mind or some shit like that. Like, tell them the truth.
Right.
That's,
Yeah.
Basically, the truth, I guess.
Show them the evidence, right? Like,
Exactly.
here's what we understand so far. Like, you know, yeah.
Go wherever the evidence leads you.
Exactly.
Oh, David Viviana wants to know well, his question is, how did Fidel get so sexy?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious myself.
I was born this way.
Oh, God really's blessed you, man. Yes.
Ha, ha.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, I have a beer. I have Sprite.
I have coffee because my husband and I tested out like 6 beers tonight, and I was like, I'm going to get way too casual for this podcast. This is just...
Does that mean I don't have to wear my pants? Is that what you're suggesting? Is it that kind of casual?
Pants are overrated.
Oh, I agree. Sweet. Sorry, we didn't tell you what you were going to run into here, did we? Yeah, it's no pants. Sorry, it's a no pants Sunday, Fidel. I totally forgot to mention that.
You can't even see me.
That's
Can't even see my pants, anyways.
not yet. That's the second half of the show. We reverse the cameras and stand up and dance. It's pretty nuts.
That's weird.
Yeah,
All right.
a little bit.
Rumor has it that Gamma Atheist doesn't wear pants on any of his Atheist Hangout shows.
He doesn't. He actually sends he live dick pics. He tweets them out on his other account.
Oh, the secret account?
It's a secret account, yeah. It's pretty entertaining. It's really funny because you got to try to like match up, his dick pic with when he's talking. All right, I'm done.
Oh yeah, you should probably stop on that.
Actually, speaking of rumors and activism, I saw on your timeline, Fidel, that there's a potential that you're going to start a podcast, like an Atheism on the Rocks. Is that what I hear? Yeah.
Probably the Drink and Atheist podcast or something like that. I don't know yet. Like,
yeah.
Shit, I got this fucking mic right here. I might as well use it.
Which is amazing.
I saw that. I'm so jealous.
I tested it out earlier, and I was like, oh my god, it's so clear. I need to get rid of this headset, and I need like legitimate shit.
Serious. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
So it's just still like in the idea stage, not necessarily in the planning stage, or.
Yeah, it's an idea stage. Like, I don't have a fucking clue what the hell I'm gonna talk about at all. So.
Nice.
Whenever I figure that out, like I'll let you guys know.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know.
Definitely pimp it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
By we, I mean Candace, because she's got way more followers than we do. I do.
Than you, but that's not.
Yeah.
Like you have like me and your wife, and I think that's it.
I think. Is there anybody else that I need?
Very, very nice.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
In any case, bottles or cans from the Curanify Me podcast. Fidel, that's his question. I think that's actually a jab at me because I posted the pic of the cans I was drinking earlier, and he's like, "Are you serious? You're drinking microbrews out of a can?"
Can, yeah.
The question is bottles or cans? Like,
yeah.
As long as it's not like a clear bottle, like I would drink the shit out of a crap in a brown bottle. Yes, brown or green. Yes.
Brown or green.
No Corona for you.
Oh fuck no.
No, I hate Corona.
Oh, you don't
But-
put the lime in the Corona? No? Right.
Oh my goodness. No, I went to this place called Brewphoria earlier, and it's a beer market, and he was like going through all of the different beers with me, and I was just like, this really is Brewphoria. There might be heaven, and it might be right here. Look at all of these different varieties. And then they have like the build your own 6-pack, and so it's like, I want this kind and this kind and this can, and can I build my own 12-pack? Like, is that okay? It was fantastic. What's your favorite beer?
Man, that's really fucking hard to like currently right now it's a 90-minute Imperial IPA by Dogfish Head. That's some good fucking shit, boy. Can tell you what.
I'm so jealous. You saw my tweet earlier. They don't distribute to my area at all, which I was really disappointed to find out.
Where are you from? Like, where you living at?
I'm in Idaho.
It's fucking serious. Like in Washington, that shit is like palleted in. Oh my god.
Okay,
Yep.
please keep in mind that Idaho is a good 50 years behind every other state in the nation. So
Somehow I
there
got
is that. There is that. And that was actually from Martin Pribble, who's I'm gonna try and get people's handles in here if they ask a question, and I think his handle is just at Martin Pribble.
I'll follow.
That's correct. No, Martin's awesome as well. We can talk about him a little bit if you want.
Well, he's fantastic.
I'm just kidding.
He is the Robin to my Batman.
Whoa.
And
don't you guys post like a shit ton of Batman pictures and shit? Like, is that you and
thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember seeing it just a shit ton flying through my timeline, just going like, it was just like sexy Batman.
Followed more people.
Batwoman, sexy Batman, sexy Batwoman. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm liking this. It's exciting. So it was thrilling, but yeah. So cool.
Jake Barr-Wharton has a really stupid question.
Go for it.
Just teasing.
Beer for
Everybody went. You guys both went silent. But I'm just trying to go through the questions here.
Yeah. Everybody, there's a ton of them in here.
Is there gluten-free beer? Is that a thing?
I think so.
What?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
No idea.
You can get cider. I mean, there's a dude at my work who said he was allergic to gluten or something like that, and he always drinks cider. I don't know. I don't know if you consider that a beer. Kind of.
That's a ridiculous question, Jake.
I've never drank cider before, so I don't fucking know.
Oh, I really like Angry Orchard has a really good hard cider, actually.
I agree.
During the fall, it's especially good with like apple pie. Mainly because I just like desserts.
I'm black. I don't eat.
You don't eat apple pie.
I knew it.
How does that have anything to do with whether or not you eat apple pie?
Because I don't like it. If I want an apple, I'm gonna eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just not in pie form.
Why?
Do it. Just not gonna do it. Just taste
That
weird.
is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, except for gluten-free beer. Like
it's
they're pretty much on par.
It's like too much apple. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want an apple, I'm gonna eat an apple. Like if I want a pie, it's gonna be a sweet potato pie, not a fucking no. I just can't.
Hashtag block.
Block that ass. Do what you gotta do, pimpin'. I don't give a fuck.
So Corinne Fime asks a fair question, I think. So you said that you were in the military. Were you an atheist while serving, or did you kind of come out? Well, you said you were 15, then you kind of stopped. So you were an atheist while serving.
Yes, I was an atheist in the military. Like it's just like a job. Like I'm an atheist, and you leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, no one bothered you. No, did anybody try to convert you or anything like that?
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Like it's just a job, man. Like you do your job and you go the fuck home, you know.
Right.
Well,
Obviously,
and I know.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna mention because I watched your episode on when you were on with Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys because they are amazing. At Stereovision 23 and at DIY Thinking, but and you talked a little bit about your military experience. I know you mentioned that most of the military, or at least it comes across primarily as being very religious.
Yeah.
So it's something that you deal with, but nobody tried to convert you or anything. It wasn't a big deal.
I mean, even if they did, I'd be like, hey, hold on, motherfucker. Like, if you really want to fucking do this shit, like, we can. And I will mock the shit out of your beliefs. If that's what you want to do, by all means, I'm open for it. I don't care.
So what do you find most ridiculous about religion?
About religion? Like,
about Christianity, for instance.
About Christianity, like, you have to respect it automatically. Like, that's my thing. Like, why? Why the fuck do you have to respect religion? Who said you have to respect it? You know, like,
right.
It's just, to me, it's just very, very childish. it's an archaic way of thinking, and as Matt Dillahunty said, like, the Christian God is amazingly fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
and
brilliant.
Either completely incompetent or completely sadistic, or a combination thereof. Like, it could be a little bit of both, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's all made up. There's also that possibility.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Real, and it's actually he's not anything because he's not real. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Apparently, there is gluten-free beer. It's abhorrent, and I'm not sure how Jake knows that it tastes like licking a cat's butthole, but apparently that's what it tastes like.
He's a very cultured man, I understand. So
it sounds like he's got a lot of experience.
Right, that's a delicacy, perhaps, maybe where he's from. No, I don't think so. Okay, well.
Moving on.
Moving on from cats' buttholes. It's a great podcast so far. See, I told you, you have nothing to worry about. If you just look at us as the standard, you know what I mean, as like the bar, bam, podcast, you got this shit. Nothing. Man, there's a shit ton about beer. You guys like your beer. You guys know a lot more about beer than I do. That's why I keep trying to jump away from that topic, because I don't know much about beer.
Well, it really wouldn't hurt the podcast for you to not talk as much. So.
You know!
Damn.
You see, this is what I gotta deal with. Right? Thank you.
Ouch. I felt that, man. Damn.
Good. I'm gonna cut myself later. Thank you for that one. Sure.
Oh, you're my BFF. I can call you a douche, remember? We had this discussion already.
Yes, douche canoe. That's a fair one. It's a fun one.
So, did you see what's been going on in Syria? Not you. I was talking to Fidel.
Oh, okay.
No, I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on in Syria. What's going on?
Oh, well, it was something that I tweeted out, I don't remember what, yesterday maybe, with the crucifixions. It was just something that I wanted to bring up tonight because it really struck home with me. They publicly executed 7 different people, 5 of which were under the age of 18, the youngest being in like the 7th grade, and crucified them because they were questioning Islam. And
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that one.
Okay, all right. So just kidding. It's not something that we should. Well, Steve, we'll talk about it another podcast.
Man, now I get a talking to? Fuck.
Well.
Shit. All right. No, that's fair. Actually, yeah, that's cool. That's an interesting. I didn't hear about that. I did hear, like, I think we talked a little bit, kind of maybe in the same lines, but about Saudi Arabia. That atheists are now terrorists and shit like that.
Well, and that's been for about a month or so.
Yeah, it's had it on the list for a while. I've been meaning to throw it out there, but what do you? No, I want to talk. No, go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Fine.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, I was going to actually go off on a different tangent. So I know I need to stop with the tangents.
Yeah.
So ask your question before I ask mine because yours is actually relevant.
Sure. Well, I was gonna say. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Like, how do you feel about the whole concept over in Saudi Arabia? Does that? How does that make you feel?
What was your reaction?
Yeah, that's a better question. What's your reaction? Yeah.
How's my reaction to it? Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, because no matter what you do, there's always gonna be like atheists, free thinkers, heathens. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you can track some shit like that. Just like there's Christians or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That may or may not be outlawed, but you can't stop no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's pretty pointless. You know, like that's a waste of a law if you ask me.
Do you think it's out of fear? Like, do you think that they're doing it because maybe atheism's on the rise, or that because we are being more vocal, you're finding more, like podcasts and things like that out there? Or
absolutely. I think that's probably one of the main factors of it. To be honest with you, like, I don't know for sure, but fuck, like, you just can't fucking stop. You can't stop stuff like that, man. Like, the knowledge is out there. People are gonna fucking see it, and they're gonna start like questioning religion. Especially when it's barbaric as fucking Islam.
Yeah, no doubt. That Pimpin's, we mentioned his name a couple times, the Koranify Me podcast. David's a lot further than I am. I think, episode 3. And you weren't kidding, Paul. Episode 2 was rough. I love you to death, but holy shit, man. But you guys, I mean, that's like, as far as I've gotten so far, it's already just like, holy shit, I think he started out right off the beginning, and we're already got to violence, like, 15 minutes in. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Not to mention, I mean, like speaking of Islam, and I guess causing or creating laws through religion. That was damn it! I forgot where I was going with that. Never mind. Fuck it. Sorry. Candace, how do you feel about the? What was your reaction with the terrorists?
Well, it actually, I was like, good. Because that means that atheism and free-thinking, critical thought, science, and everything involved is actually being taken seriously, and it's not one religion fighting with another. It's these people are questioning, whether or not this has any validity whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that atheism is being taken seriously, and that's what it indicates to me. So, I mean, as far as being declared terrorists, fuck Saudi Arabia. Like, it's not like they were exactly friendly towards atheists before. True. So it really doesn't make a difference. I think it does make a difference, like, as far as what they're able to do, but it's not like they weren't persecuting critical thinkers and free thinkers beforehand. Sure. So I am really interested in at M424 Filmcast's question, which is, how would each of you answer Pascal's Wager?
I saw that down there. I wasn't sure exactly. Feel free to take that one. Cool.
Fidel, you want to answer that question first?
No. I don't have an answer prepared for that. But basically, it's like an insult to their God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying that your God's fucking stupid. Like, he won't be able to tell the difference.
Right.
So,
right.
In my eyes, like, it's dismissive to me. You know what I mean? Shit, I wouldn't even use that like with an actual human being. Like, it's basically, you're like insulting that person. Like, well, what if he does, or what if he or she doesn't love me? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Like, get the fuck out of here. That's just my personal thoughts on it.
No, I completely agree with that. And I think, one other thing too that I always hear about Pascal's Wager is, if, the whole concept of, if I'm right, I've lost nothing, and if whatever, right? Well, like, the problem that I find with it is that, you devoted your entire life to something that was, that was in fact not real. To say that it doesn't matter, you wasted your entire life, the only life we have evidence for right now, you dedicated to following, some 2,000-year-old book. And I think that, you could have spent that time doing something more, or something better, or believing, yeah. So I think that for me, what, in addition to what you said, Fidel, just that whole concept of, I'm really not. It's not a matter of like what I may or may not miss out on. I'm trying to be the best person I can throughout this life that I have evidence for. So that's
exactly. Like, I'd rather have like the hard crushing truth rather than a fucking nice lie. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just give it to me, because I can fucking take it. You know what I'm saying?
What she said.
Do not fucking lie to me. That's my thing.
She also said that too.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, and right. Yeah, just be as honest as you can, and let's look at the evidence. Let's not throw some random nonsense out there. Like, it could be pixies that created the universe. Yeah, it could be.
No.
But yeah. Yes, your guilt trip worked. Yes, it did.
Whose guilt trip? What happened?
Koranifies me's guilt trip. He guilt tripped me on Twitter the other day, and I listened to some episodes of it. But I've got so many podcasts on my list with like Jake's and everybody else is on here. Reasonable Doubts and Cognitive Dissonance. There's not a Cognitive Dissonance one. Yes, there is. Oh, there's so many podcasts out there, and then freaking Fidel's gonna throw his on there. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
It's not even.
I'm already stressed that you're thinking about it. Okay.
It's just okay. Fair enough.
Oh man.
You're
What?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
As far as my answer to the Pascals Wager, it's just I subscribe to the same, which has been heard before several times, but I mean it's really Pascal's roulette.
Yes.
Because which god? And
Pick one.
maybe I'm going to believe in this god so that I get into heaven, but really I'm just pissing off this other god. So, since none of them have any evidence whatsoever, I'm just gonna call bullshit.
Can I just cherry pick from the pieces that I like? Like I can get like 72 versions from that one, and then like I can get like Eternal Bliss from that one.
Who really wants to fuck 72 virgins though? Like really? I mean, come on. That's a little bit ridiculous.
Little is like that's an understatement, man. Like that's. I wouldn't. I'm sorry.
That's an absurd amount of virgins that you have to train and like teach them everything. That would be an insane inconvenience.
All right, well you've convinced me to not do 72 virgins. Deal. I'll just go with the Bliss then.
There you go.
That'll work.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh man, wow. There's a shit ton of questions on here. Holy shit! You actually brought a bunch of people with you. But oh, this is awesome. Normally I have like Candace watching and my wife.
Fuck.
They don't need your podcast now. Ha ha ha.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Steve.
What?
Steve.
What?
Hey.
Did you tell him what he was going to get into, by the way? I'm just curious. You did
No.
give him like okay,
No.
well, awesome.
I DM'd him and I was like, hey, you should come on the show.
Come on this podcast. The host
because
is
I
awesome.
enjoy you.
Pick it all.
I do. I really enjoy a lot of your tweets, and I know you said that you're not super vocal as far as being a speaker, Fidel. But I think I can speak for a lot of people where you're obviously a very intelligent person, and I respect a lot of the things that you have to say. In fact, I have yet to see something that you've tweeted that I haven't been like, yes, I mean, I 100% agree with what you're saying here.
No pressure.
In any case, hey, who would win a fight, Batman or Dr. Manhattan?
Are you kidding?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to both of you.
Oh, fucking Batman, hands down.
Yeah, it's my vote as well. I mean, Manhattan's.
Why?
I mean, like
Nope.
he's godly, but it's Batman.
I don't give a shit, Batman. Batman.
Okay,
Always.
alright. So, to answer your question, Martin, I win. Because I'm Batman.
Always.
Always.
Yeah,
Definitely.
right there.
I
That
love
question. That question. Yes, I found it.
What?
The one you're talking about here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah.
Well, that's because everybody is really interested in Fidel.
I agree. Yeah. He needs to talk more.
Yeah, we need to shut up a little bit.
Shit, ask away. Like I don't care. Like I'm here for the long haul, man.
All right, boxes of briefs.
Box of briefs.
Oh, you son of a bitch! That wasn't even an option. All right.
Briefs.
All right.
All the way. Briefs.
Neither. Is that okay? No.
Sure.
Whatever rocks your boat, Steve.
Yeah. Hey. Never mind. I'm gonna get into that. So, yeah. So, actually, I was kind of curious. One of the things I wanted to ask you guys: what books are you guys reading? Are you guys reading any interesting materials?
Yeah, I'm reading 30 Second Astronomy right now. It's a pretty fucking good book. It's
Is it by?
I don't know the guy's name.
By an author.
One second, but it's a damn good book. Kindle. No.
David, you're completely up to date with Cranify. I mean, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, you should really go through and like click out or.
Oh, I should.
do the thing with the questions to make them disappear, especially since people aren't asking questions. They're just commenting on this show. Ridiculous.
Well, I don't blame them, though. I mean...
Actually, I really like Jake's comment.
Yeah, I was just going to click on that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, go for it.
The same country that believes witches and... Okay, and you're going to go ahead and do that. Witches and warlocks are real. That stone adulterers and makes men who work with women drink their breast milk to make them family. Believes atheists are terrorists? Wow, what a surprise.
What the fuck?
I think I conveyed the sarcasm pretty well.
Yeah.
I'd say so, yeah. Not to mention, I'm sorry, but I didn't know that, really? Men who work with women drink their breast milk. That's...
To make them family.
Wow.
That's fucking bizarre.
That is very bizarre. Wow.
I've heard it tastes like sugar water.
You've heard? Yeah, I've heard something like that, too.
Alright, yeah, I got the title. It's 30-Second Astronomy by Fresson and Francois, and Demon Haunted World by Carl Sagan.
Yes!
Demon Haunted World, that's a good book. I'd recommend that to anybody.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just fucking... That's
Right.
all I can say about it. Like, get the book. Like, I recommend it to anybody to go read it.
So, can you give, like, a synopsis?
Science bitch, FTW. That's basically it.
Bam.
That's awesome.
Be scientifically literate. That's it.
Speaking of science, I'm starting. I've just like took a break because I have like 1,000 books on my to-read list. But I'm starting A Universe from Nothing next.
That's such a good book.
It's Lawrence Krauss, is that right?
Oh, that's a good book.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't read it yet, and so I'm really excited about it. And I know, like, I've watched different events and stuff where he's spoken about it, and I just I want to dive into it. All of science is fascinating to me, and especially that is like coming up against it on Twitter on a regular basis, where it's like, well, the argument from ignorance. Well, if God didn't do it, then what happened? And it's like, well, there are different ideas. You're creating a false dichotomy here, where you're saying that either nothing came from nothing, which just frustrates the shit out of me, or God did it. And so I'm really interested in his perspective on different different ways that the universe could have been created, and I'm hoping that that's what I get from it. But again, I haven't started reading it, so.
Yeah.
What are you reading, Steve? Do you read, Steve?
I do read. I found this book. It's called ABC 124. No, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, actually, I just picked up. So I finished Disproving Christianity just a little bit ago. I just picked up the Skeptics Annotated Bible. So I'm pretty stoked to go through that one. I've gone through. I have my own version on that Bible app. So I go and playing with that one. But Parenting Beyond Belief is the other one that I have on my list of things to read currently. So
Parenting Beyond Belief is one of the ones that I got about halfway through with, and then I have like reading ADD, where I'm like, okay, this one's really cool, but this one sounds even more interesting, so I'm going to start that one. And I've got a bunch of unfinished books too on my list. I think Curanify Me had a really interesting question, which I don't think it's actually going to be that difficult, but it was word association. He said the Catholic Church is go.
Full of pedos.
Bullshit.
Wrong?
Kitty fuckers.
Lies.
Causing problems in
Greedy.
Africa. By,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. By promoting HIV and not safe sex.
Jail. They should be in jail.
Yeah. The Catholic Church is full of gold and it should be melted down and to help the poor?
There we go. I think you won at that.
Yes.
Some of our
That was a good
people
game.
don't have coherent questions, so you should
Well,
get rid of those.
I think of our audience here as, it's all right, guys. We love you all, but
He loves you all.
yeah, well, I do. There's no doubt about that. I'm here for you.
Okay.
Whoa. This looks like Oz asked something. I don't know if you guys want to address this. I'm not sure if this is really a serious question, but what is the origin of consciousness? That's it.
Excuse what?
The origin of consciousness?
I will say right now, I hate philosophy.
I don't.
42.
Either you're here or you're not, man. I don't. What?
Yeah, I'm
Shane,
not really.
I don't
I'm
understand.
not
the
a fan
origin.
of your question.
Yeah.
The second that you're born?
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna go second you're born. I like that. That's the origin. Or the origin of consciousness. How about our brains? That's what, right? That's what actually we process on, I guess.
Oh, you were talking about Oz's question?
Yeah, I was half reading it while trying to listen, which we know that doesn't work very well. Not at all.
Why are you trying to multitask?
I know, it hurts.
That's so ridiculous that you even tried. It's cute,
Oh.
though. I appreciate your effort. To all, an atheist says to you, I'm having doubts. No, that's not the right one, Steve.
I know, I clicked the wrong one.
Having doubts about what I believe. What would you say? What would you recommend they read, watch, listen to, etc.? Fidel, go.
Holy shit, that's a fucking tough one. Oh! What would I recommend?
Yeah.
Like, if they're having doubts about, like...
Yeah, so I
atheism?
come to you, and I'm saying I'm questioning whether or not that there's a God, and I think that maybe there could be, and I don't know how I feel about it. What would you say?
I'm not going to slaughter that person for questioning it. I'll be like, well, okay. Go out and fucking search for it. Like, that's how you became atheist, correct? Well, yeah. Well, then do the same thing with, like, religion, then. If you find that the religion, like, makes you fucking feel good or whatever, by all means, go for it. I'm not going to slaughter that person for it. I mean, no, I'm not going to say that. Maybe that's the wrong thing to say, but go out there and look, man.
Yeah. Continue to investigate. No, I think that's fair. Fair thing to say to him. I'd probably give him a high five at least. You having doubts? Yes!
High five.
Pat on the back.
No, having
Step
doubts
one.
about atheism, not having doubts about religion.
I mean,
What is...
Having doubts about atheism is the question.
do your research. Like,
yeah.
go out there and look. You know, question everything. That'd be my answer.
Yeah.
Question it all. You know, like if you feel better, like being a theist or whatever, by all means, go for it. Fuck it. Who the fuck am I to-
You
who
are
the fuck
so
am I to
much
judge?
more nonchalant than I am. I
the
would
hell am I to
dive in
judge?
You
immediately.
would what? You would slaughter them? Is that what you said? You would beat them down?
I'm not the kind of person, man. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you come to a conclusion that, hey, like, atheism ain't it, you know what? I think differently. You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, cool, but I'm not gonna fucking slaughter that person for it.
Right.
I'm just
Well,
not
I mean-
that kind of person.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, everyone's welcome to their to their own beliefs, but I guess for me, I guess I would just what would I recommend to them? Well, obviously Prophetcast. I mean, that's helped me. Leaps and bounds when I found Prophetcast.
Like, if I was to recommend something, like, probably Atheists on That podcast and Dogma Debate.
Yep.
Those are
Those
the
two, great.
But other than that, like, do your research.
Yes.
Well, so for me, I guess I would just ask them why, because I find asking questions is the easiest method in order to get somebody to question their own ideas. So, and I know that kind of sounds ridiculous, but a lot of the time people will start thinking about things, from what I've noticed just with friends and even some of my family members, they'll be like, well, this could happen, and then, just why. I take a note from my 2-year-old who asks why all the time. And when it comes right down to it, a lot of the time it's either an argument from ignorance,
Yeah.
which is
Or appeal to emotion.
ridiculous.
Something they feel something.
Exactly. And if you just, I mean, if you bring that to their attention, if they're a reasonable person, then it, you know, makes sense again. As far as what I would recommend, I would.
Yep.
I mean, it would depend on what they're saying. They're questioning. Like, there are some people on that I've met who are pantheists, and I can't say, well, no, that this isn't true. So I just ask, well, why do you believe in something that you have no evidence for, and you recognize you have no evidence for? It doesn't make sense that you would spend, and by spend I mean waste, oxygen and energy on this idea that may or may not be the case. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, how much energy do you spend worrying about, you know, the many different types of hells from the other religions? How often, you know, I mean, that's, yeah.
There is a tree tirelessly producing oxygen that there are so many people that should apologize to those trees
I agree. Should hug them. Actually, you know, and so
for wasting the effort.
the wrong question I clicked on, actually. It's kind of goes with this a little bit. So when someone tries to convince you of their beliefs, what is usually the first question you ask in response to their claim? Fidel.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which guy are you talking about? Or usually, like, do you believe in unicorns or fairies? No. Well,
Why not?
That's where my atheism stems from. Like, there's no evidence for that claim, so gotta go where the evidence goes. Since there is none, I'm gonna dismiss it. Sorry.
Right. There was a good quote. You said, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was evident what claims can be dismissed just as quickly as they were made.
No, you're thinking of Hitchens, who said that which can be asserted which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
That was the one.
I have that shirt, as a matter of fact.
Nice. That man is brilliant. Really should get that.
Was
brilliant. Sorry, that's what I meant. Was brilliant. Right. He's in a better place now.
Moment of silence. Oh my God! Stop.
Ha!
You're unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Unbelievable. Oh.
I actually like at Nope Not This Time, Doubting Thomas. He regularly debates with different theists on Twitter and stuff, and I follow his information, or like his tweets. He actually a lot of the time will bring up when faced with something similar, where it's like, well, you have to believe in Jesus, or you have to trust in Allah, or whatever the case might be. He brings up Vishnu, and says, well, why, it goes back to the Pascal's roulette thing. Why should I believe in yours over theirs? There's, no more evidence to believe in yours over theirs. And, that's really it. It's just going back to, there's just so many, and there's no evidence for any of them. So no thank you.
Right. Kind of on the topic-ish of that, Martin Pribble says, but some people aren't able to question their beliefs. Some people know it's not right to be religious, but there's enough doubt in them to that they have to hold on to it. What do you think of that? Candace, we'll go with you first, since we can go with Fidel.
I
think they're dumb. Next question.
Exactly. Actually,
well, yeah, it kind of sounds like a fear-based thing there, and or even just some of the indoctrination is still, kind of perhaps there. So,
I try very hard to not let my emotions make rule my decisions. There's a cognitive effort there that I employ, and it's extremely difficult. But I try to take a step back and examine what I believe, and when I'm faced with something such as cognitive dissonance. I try to examine where that's coming from and reevaluate the evidence that I'm presented in order to make a reasonable and intellectually honest decision. So faced with that, it just seems ridiculous.
Well,
like, I wouldn't let that make my decision for me.
Well, I think if you have enough doubt too, then you should go, keep questioning and go talk to some people. Go find, go ask some more people and say, hey, this is what I think. This is where I'm going. How do you feel about this? What do you think about that? And if you want, go ask. You can even just to get different perspectives. Go ask an atheist. Go ask a Christian. Go ask a Muslim. Go if it's a religious based style and you really want to hear some different answers. Go ask them and then make the decision for yourself.
Just question everything. That'd be my best advice. Like just. Yeah, man, just question.
Jake has a related question.
The honest question, which religion?
Yeah.
Just click that one.
So silly.
Honest question, which religion or theological worldview makes the most intuitive sense to you? Like deism, Scientology, etc.
Deism. Like to me that's the most sensible claim you can possibly make if you were to be a religious person. Like if some scoffer came down and created some shit and was and left, I can deal with some shit like that, But that's just me.
I think deism is the safest bet. I mean, all you're saying is that there's something, right? And I mean I almost feel like it's a non-answer. Is more or less is what I kind of feel like, but that's the safest bet. Oh, there's something out there. Yeah, there's something more than us. Well, what does more than us even mean? What, smarter than us? What, have more penises than us? That might be crazy. Who knows? But who cares? What does more than us mean? Right, Candace? More penises. That's what women need. More penises.
Sure.
No, they don't. I'm gonna get punched for that. I know my wife's gonna come here and punch me. Yeah. What about you, Candace?
I don't think any of them make sense, and that's.
No, you are such a cop out.
No, that's why I said it was a silly question.
Well, I think
because if I thought any of them made sense, then I would subscribe to that theology. And I don't. They're all ridiculous.
Cheater.
I'm sorry. It's not a cheater.
It's cheating.
Like, it's not cheating. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a silly question.
You have to pick a god.
I'm going to call Jake out on that.
Oh, boy.
In any case.
We have 7 minutes left. Darn
it, there's so many more great questions, too. But everybody is interested in asking you questions.
Like, I have, nothing but time, guys. Like,
sweet.
You can go as long as you want to.
We can go over. Okay.
However,
I say we don't.
Let me grab a beer. Like, I need one.
Deal.
Do it.
That'll work. I can kill some of these.
I'll be right back.
No problem. Take your time.
You should. Hey, in the meantime, Steve, you should get rid of some of the questions that aren't questions.
One of these days, I'm gonna get.
I'm seriously OCD about this. I should be in charge, and then I could go through and be like, this isn't a question.
Oh, you mean with the, yeah? I wish I could give somebody else control of this, because there's yeah. So in the meantime, while he's grabbing a beer, is there anything? Are you gonna go get a beer too? Is there anything new and exciting you want to report on? Anything fun going on with you?
I did an episode with Jake and at Dan Errol and at Miranda C. Hale, the Imaginary Friend Show, and that was really exciting because I have huge crushes on both Dan Errol and Miranda C. Hale, so that was pretty awesome. That was new and exciting.
That is new and exciting, and that's pretty freaking awesome. I
want to know who your Twitter crush is, Fidel.
That's a fair question. Who's your Twitter crush? Come on, Steve Hayes. What?
No. All the way in 1919. Hey,
who?
All the way 1919.
Oh, I
hope you're watching. Hello.
Why wouldn't you be watching?
Hold on. No, I totally know who you're talking about, and I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, yes, she is unbelievable, and I have a huge Twitter crush on her as well.
Blocked. It's over. I'm leaving. No, I'm just kidding.
That's because you know that you would lose. Like, if we were to compete for her, I was actually just going to comment because she tweeted out something about the show. So, yes, she is watching. And she's amazing. And I would win.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, good luck with that one. That's all I got to say about that. Good luck.
We'll throw down.
May the best human win.
What about you, Steve?
What about who's my Twitter crush?
Yeah.
If I said David, would that be too obvious?
Yes. You know,
who do I really like? Like, who do I like?
You can't say anybody that provides sexual favors for you on a regular basis. So.
What do we what's defined regular?
David and Amanda are both out.
Damn it. In all honesty, I mean, like, I really enjoy Oz. Like, I enjoy Mr. Oz, Atheist. I really love Ra. I mean, we've had a couple. I mean, Atheist Blobfish. I mean,
Blobfish is the fucking man.
He's awesome. We had him on our show, and he's hilarious. And like, some of the people that we've had on our show are pretty awesome. So I'm still fairly new in Twitter. I'm starting to get a little bit more like into the whole,
How long have you had your account?
I've had it since it's opened because I am a software developer and it was an interesting technology when it came out. So, but I never really used it. Like, I had no reason to use it. Like, no one cared what I say. And now I've got less than 300 people who care about what I say. But it's not really Twitter crush. He's on Twitter. So can Matt Dillahunty. Please be watching, Matt Dillahunty. Please be watching. I think he's awesome. Like, I just love the way he puts things together, and and of course what he does in terms of the atheist experience and going out and debates and doing speeches and stuff. So that's my crush. Not really a Twitter crush, but he's on Twitter, so that counts, right?
Yeah, it totally counts. M424 Filmcast asked from. And this is to us. He's totally ignoring you, Steve. Like, totally ignoring you. He does not give a shit what your thoughts are on this. But he says, Candace and Fidel, I'm an ex-Mormon. From your view, what do you think is the most extraordinary claim made by Mormons?
Well, let me tell you what I think the most extraordinary claim made by Mormons are. Just kidding.
To be honest with you, like, I love that guy to freaking death. Like, and I'm sorry to disappoint him. Like, I really don't know too much about, like, Mormons, besides the fact that, like, they're not assholes, like, they're cool people. Like,
what?
I used to play basketball with, like, Mormons, like, all the fucking time. I think that the magic underwear is pretty fucking weird.
That is pretty weird.
That's what I was going to go with, was the magic underwear. I'm like, that's
like,
there's
a guy in my unit, he has, like, magic underwear, like, we can, like, do PT and shit, and he's fucking, like, he has this magic underwear, like, it'll get all dirty or whatever, and he'll switch into some other ones. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is that shit? Like, you've got to stop wearing that. Like, I'm going to make fun of you because of that.
Right? Try to light him on fire. It's supposed to, right?
No. That's weird, buddy. Like, just no. I understand what it's for, but you got to fucking stop that shit.
Right. That is a little strange. I don't think I've ever ran into anybody like who actually did that. Like, or knew. I knew they actually did that, I guess. Right?
It throws me the fuck off. I'm just like, well, we were gonna fucking do some work today, but you done fucked me up, buddy. Like,
right?
No.
I can't hang with those underwear. You're sorry, man.
It's fucking.
I just got regular underwear. I didn't know we were supposed to bring magic ones. I had no idea.
It throws me the fuck off, man. Every time.
I think the whole Joseph Smith thing is just unbelievably ridiculous as well. Like, as far as his tablets that he had to, like, use special glasses or whatever, there's special seeing stones or whatever in order to see, and it's like, he's a total con artist. Yeah. Like, and people, I mean, all religions are con artists, right. But and he has a shit ton of people following him for this years and years and years after. And in Idaho, we have actually more Mormons per capita than Utah does. Like, literally, there is a Mormon church next to every single public school that I can think of, where they have seminary. And I find it ridiculous. So when you said that Mormons are cool people, I'm like, well, you don't live in a state that's like literally overrun.
Right, Mormons, yeah. I like the claim of Kolob. I cannot help myself but yell out every time I see them when they walk down the street. Kolob! My wife, shuns her face, but it's, oh my God, I love the Kolob thing. And there's a video I saw online, and I had to go back and double check this, but there's that, like, so I think the most ridiculous claim, other than the whole Kolob thing, is like how God populated the earth, which was sending down the souls, and there was the whole there was Jesus, and then his brother Satan, and then all you could identify which were following Jesus because they were white, and which were following Satan because they were black, and that's how you could tell. It was like,
I don't know if you know this, but you're a Satanist based off of your skin tone, Fidel.
Yeah.
Fuck. I've been called worse by better people, to be honest with you.
Right.
And in my eyes, like Satan, like I think he got a bad rap, man.
I agree.
He only killed 7 people in the Bible?
10 people.
10 people in the Bible. Yeah, he didn't cause genocide.
That's not even exactly.
And you want to know what else is funny? Is speaking of Satan, a lot of times you hear the Garden of Eden. You hear the snake was Satan, right? One of my favorite things about this is you hear, God doesn't lie. God doesn't lie. God said that they would die if they ate the fruit, and Satan, the snake, right, said that they wouldn't. That was like, no, that God dude's full of shit.
Like he does not know what the fuck he's talking about.
Right? Fucking eat that shit. This shit is awesome. Like he was telling the truth. He was not lying, and yet.
No, he wasn't.
That's probably one of my favorite questions. Favorite questions to ask usually Christians is just like, how did you determine God was the good one and Satan was the bad one? Like, how on earth did you figure that out? Like, from what I've read, man, like I said, you got a bad rap. That's not at all what.
Man, it's so much about the fucking Bible that it just rankles my ass. It's that's for another day though.
Right. Podcast 2.0. Or maybe you can hear his rant on his podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we're already going to pimp it. It's already just an idea. That's it.
Do we want to go
yes. Is there any?
Oh my God.
You are welcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love what you do.
What does it feel like when you receive a magic underwear wedgie?
Oh, good question, Jake. Good question, Jake.
That is such a fantastic question.
Any idea? Did you give him one? I would have.
No, I didn't give him no, I didn't.
That's
odd.
What? Well, he has magic underwear. The least you could do is just give it a quick yank and see what happens.
I like my job, man. I don't want to lose it, man. I don't want to lose it.
Sexual harassment.
Oh.
I can't do that.
Hostile work environment.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
That's fair. What if you asked him and he said it was okay? Then would you do it?
No, I still wouldn't do it.
Okay, well,
no. I'm
telling you, sparks or something are going to fly out. You're missing out, man. You missed out on a real opportunity there.
No, man.
Yes, let's grab Jeremy. He's asked a question. Fidel, did you ever get divided into...
Have you ever dived into Buddhism or Taoism?
Yeah.
Well, I was stationed in Korea. Buddhism is I guess it's a big thing there. To me, they cool people. You know what I mean? They don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Usually,
yeah.
Normally they're nice people, and 99% of the time, if that's what they want to believe in, fuck it, man. Let them. To me, they're cool people. I don't care.
Yeah. Usually, I don't hear too much when it comes to Buddhism.
No, they're not knocking on your doors like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right.
The thing that I don't like about Buddhism, and there's two things. The first is that apparently if a man fucks up in his lifetime, then he'll be reincarnated as a woman, which,
Oh, that's bullshit.
yeah, I'm like, fuck you too.
Wow.
And then also, if a baby is born with a defect or a disease or something, then they think that they deserve it from a previous life. It's karma. So obviously, like the baby deserves it.
I didn't know that one.
They fucked up in a previous life. So that's why those are my only issues with Buddhism, but they're significant enough for me to dislike it.
Right. Well,
entirely.
Yeah. Right. Wow, I didn't know about that. That one with the baby. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty weird, man.
That is. That's really weird. Ugh. I mean, I suppose it makes sense, right? If you believe that you get reincarnated, then sure, based on what you've done. Okay, I can see how they've made that connection, but that's just...
But it's bullshit.
Yeah. Especially that karma thing, like that's... No.
Well, there's this Delbert comic strip thing where the cat is sitting on... I think it's like... the HR cat, I haven't seen it in forever, but it's sitting on the desk going, what's cool about karma is that I can do mean shit to people all day long and assume that they deserve it.
It's pretty funny.
That's interesting. I never thought about it that way.
I thought it was fantastic. I laughed.
Kick your ass out of here now. All right. You deserve this. All right. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about it that way. That's an interesting way to spin that.
So as far as like news and updates go, I think aren't David and Deanna, they're still raising
Hope? No, it's a show. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Yes. Oh, yes. They're raising money for St. Jude. Yes, they are. They're raising money for St. Jude. We're gonna have a link. I'm gonna push up the website tonight. So we'll have a link up on our website, thoughtprophets.com. You'll be able to click there. Click on the link and go donate to their team. And as David always, I'm sure he's going to hit me up in 16 seconds when he gets this part. It's a secular organization, or it's not religiously. It was religiously inspired. Blah blah blah. So, if you do your research, as he always says, so definitely go and donate to them. Donate to Deanna because
what are they doing?
David's only
doing marathon.
Yeah, they're doing a marathon. It's like a there's a marathon and there's like an obstacle course also near the end, so you have to like crawl under things and like go down the slide with fire and shit. It's gonna be awesome.
I might travel to Washington just so I can see it.
Right? Yeah.
I would love to see him crawl through fire. That would be fantastic. What are they raising it for? What's the research?
Cancer, I believe.
Oh, it's cancer research.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're done with questions. Fidel, was there anything else that you wanted to say that you didn't feel that you didn't get to say? Do you have any shout-outs that you want to do or links that you want to pimp?
As far as shout-outs, let's see, Stereovision 23, Mr. and Mrs. Vilfat, All the Way 1919, Franco Sue, Atheist Blobfish, you fucking non-prophetess, your cast, let's see, at Jen August, and at Marco IO9. Yeah, that's basically it, man. Oh, and Gamma Atheist, I can't forget about that fucking guy.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Nice. Right on.
A lot of the people that you listed, I'm like, yes, they are all amazing. Fantastic tweeters. Most of them are on like my favorite atheist lists, and then there's everybody else.
Damn it, I'm on the everybody else list.
You are actually on your own special list.
Oh yeah!
Oh shit, I'm forgetting one more person. Great since 1983. That guy is fucking. Like I just started following that guy, but he's fucking amazing too. Goddammit, follow that dude. Follow that.
Who?
Great since 1983.
Oh.
That fucking guy, man.
Yeah, no, I've followed him for quite a while now. He's really fantastic.
God damn it.
I retweet a lot of his shit.
Yes. We'll put all those in the description down there, so that way everybody gets their proper pimps.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Cool. Candace, what about you? Got anything you want to pimp? Finish out.
I recently posted, and by recently I mean earlier this week, posted a new blog post. What's the point? Which I think was a pretty decent one. All of mine are pretty short, so feel free to check that out at nonprofitist.blogspot.com. I also recently started reading Martin Pribble's blog, and
Yes.
I will post the link in the description, but he has a lot of really fantastic things to say, so I would encourage everyone to read up when they get the chance.
Nice.
Will do. Will code.
Sweet. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I like a lot of different podcasts, so Koreanify Me is a great one. The Imaginary Friends Show, Atheist Hangouts, Dogma Debate, the Atheist Experience, all those I think are great. I don't really have. There's a few YouTubers, I guess, maybe. Dark Matter 2525 is pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen it,
The Bible Reloaded.
The Bible
is
Reloaded.
fantastic. Oh my God, they're hilarious.
Funny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Dick and Hugo are fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, that's
Really
go support us and support David and Deanna. Don't forget we're on every Sunday night, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. You can check out our website www.thoughtprophets.com. Follow us on Twitter by searching for Prophetcast, and check out our Facebook group by simply searching for Thought Prophets. Fidel, thank you again for joining us. That was it. This was awesome, and it was it was a pleasure meeting you. And I imagine we'll probably have you on again when we start hearing more about the podcast.
Any fucking time, guys. Like,
sweet.
This shit was fun.
Awesome.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
Any time, guys.
Great. Yes. Good. We have another returner. Oh, there's only one guy that said never fucking again. Pretty sure I wasn't hosting. I think it was Candace and David. I'm almost positive.
Probably.
It definitely was. Yeah. So Candace, thank you for jumping in, because David couldn't be here. I'm just kidding. I love you, David. So thanks again for joining us, and
No problem, man.
have a godless night.